I'm going to show you how to turn your $100 per month KDP book in profit. I'm going to show you how to turn it into a $1,000 per month book in profit. And it's actually a lot easier than you think. Now, I'm not telling you to publish a new book. Your existing book that's making $100 per month or less, you can turn that into a book that's making $1,000 per month or more. Now I'm going to show you how I managed to do this, not only for me, but for my clients as well. And the formula is actually a lot more simple than you think. Now, the first thing we want to think about is, does your book actually qualify to make $1,000 per month in profit? Now, how do you know if your book qualifies? It's super simple. Are there this many people, so shoppers, are there this many shoppers trying to buy books in a niche where this is how much the supply is? This is how many quality books there are. Because remember, your competitors are only the quality books. The quality ones are the ones that are selling. Your competitors are only books that are selling. They're not competitors on page 3 or 4 or 5. Because if you search how to draw animals for kids, for example, if you go on page 3 or 4, most of the books there are not going to be selling. The ones that are going to be selling are the ones that aren't relevant to what you typed in. They're going to start showing you dinosaur books, and they're going to start showing you car books, cookbooks, anything unrelated to what you actually searched. So the supply of competitors are only the ones that are selling in your niche. Now, it's going to be very hard for your book to sell 1,000 copies or 2,000 copies or 500 copies, enough to make you $1,000 profit per month, if there are so many high quality books for you to compete with. However, if this is the amount of shoppers looking for a book in your niche, and this is how many actually good publishers there are, so good books, high quality books that are actually selling, then your book has a very high chance of increasing this like this. You get me? Maybe the circle gets this bigger because this is you. But there's still all of these people. So right here, this can be 300 people searching for dinosaur encyclopedia, let's say. So 300 people are searching for it, and then there's at least 50 books that are selling. So there's more than enough supply for these people. By the way, these aren't exact numbers. This is just to understand the concept. But over here, if 3,000 shoppers are searching for dinosaur encyclopedia, let's say, and there's only 3 that are selling, well, what are the chances if you make a super high quality book and you're the 4th one, that you're not gonna get some sales, at least enough to get you to $1,000 a month? It'll be very hard, especially if you have a good book. Now, what I realized with my book is that this is what was happening in the niche that I chose. But if I got this part correct, then what did I get wrong? Well, this is the next part that we have to discuss. So if your book qualifies, the next thing your book needs to do is this. Let's say we did the dinosaur encyclopedia and we saw that there's literally 4 people selling. Okay. And then you make also a brand new book. This is your one. You want to figure out, do you have anything special against these books? Do you have a unique selling point, a USP? Because the way shoppers shop on Amazon is they actually look at all the competitors, especially the ones that are selling. If I'm looking for a dinosaur encyclopedia, I'm not going to only click on your one and then immediately buy your one. I'm going to click on your one, I'm going to click on the other competitors, and I'm going to compare between them. Okay, which one's the best? If I'm basing my shopping decision purely on price, then I'm going to say which one's the cheapest one. I'm going to buy the cheapest one. But for people that actually care about high quality dinosaur encyclopedias, or they want to get their kids the best, or they're giving it as a present and they want to give a quality present, they're going to look between them and they're going to say, okay, which one's the best one? Which one has the most information or the most colorful images? Or which one is making me want to buy it more? Which one seems more valuable? Because if you have a USP, it just means that you have extra value that the others don't. So you can immediately check that value box from your customer's mind. So basically, what's different with your book? If they're all black and white, maybe my one is colored. So I immediately differentiate from the other 4. Maybe I have more dinosaurs. Maybe I have better illustrations, more fun illustrations, or higher quality illustrations, or more images, or more information. Or the best one, how do I present the book? What do I mean by this? If I'm selling a dinosaur encyclopedia, and this is basically just a boring layout, mediocre cover, and then all of these have boring layouts. But in my one, let's say the pages are like this. Because it's an encyclopedia, I want to make it look visually appealing. I'm still selling the exact same information inside of these books. I'm just presenting it in a better way. Same information, it's just the way you say it. So maybe I have a picture of a T-Rex right here. I'm going to draw. I'm not the best at drawing. Okay, so let's say I'm drawing a T-Rex. You can tell that's a T-Rex, right? Look at that. It's a T-Rex, and then maybe the title is here. And I have like double page spreads inside. So there's words like this. And then over here, there's a sick title. Maybe here I have a dinosaur hand or paw. I don't know what dinosaurs have. Maybe I can have some fun facts over here and make it look visually appealing. You get me? Most people are just going to do this. Words, 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 words. Here's one picture here, words, words, words. I don't know if this makes sense, but this is for the inside of the book. That's one way of differentiating. Just becoming better, just giving a better book. Think about your target audience. What do they really want? And give them what they really want. It's very, very simple. You just have to do the correct research. So with my book, the one I was doing that I was able to take from $100 to $1,000 a month is I made it colored because all the other people were making it black and white in my niche. Now, I did not add more exercises because I was doing an exercise book for seniors. I did not add more exercises, but I added illustrations. I was the first person in that niche to add illustrations. Everyone had images. Now, even though most of them were black and white, there were some with colored images, but the images were so boring. I was thinking if I was gonna buy this book for my grandma, I wouldn't wanna buy any of them. None of them looked colorful or fun or even motivated her to open it to read it. It was just boring. So I wanted to add illustrations to my one. So I had colored illustrations, I had some fancy formatting, and I immediately stood out in my niche straight away because no one else had a book like mine. Same information, I just presented it different. Same exact exercises. I just showed them with illustrations and a colorful interior. So I knew my book was powerful. So the second thing is, do you actually have a USP? Do you have a way to stand out in your niche? Whether that's colored interior, whether that's a different style, whether that's more information or how you present the information. There's a bunch of things you can do to stand out in your niche. All you have to do is look at your competitors, figure out what they're missing, add it to your book. Super simple. Great, now let's get to the practical stuff. So if you qualify for these two, then you can turn your $100 per month book into an $1,000 per month book. If you don't qualify for them, go back, fix it, and make sure you qualify. So make sure you're in a niche where a lot of people are searching for your competitors' books, and it's also a niche you can compete with, so you can make a better book than your competitors. Make sure you have something that stands out, so when people do click on your book and compare to your competitors, you have something different that your competitors don't have. Great, so now the practical stuff. Here's how you turn it from $100 to $1,000. We know that your book is possible to turn from $100 to $1,000, but first you need to find the leak. So what do I mean by the leak? Well, if I have a bowl and then I'm pouring water, enough water to fill the bowl up, this is a bowl that's worth $1,000 a month. Let's say, if I do another bowl and I'm filling in enough water to fill it up, but then the water just stays here, and this is a $100 per month book, then that means there's probably a hole right here where all the water is just coming out. This is the extra $900 you could have been making every single month, but you're not making it because you're not fixing the hole. You're not putting some flex tape on it. So first you need to fix the hole, but how do you fix the hole if you don't know where the hole is? Well, it's super, super simple. You find the hole. So how do we find the hole? I'm going to show you that right now. Well, there's really only two holes you could possibly have. I'm going to draw the bowl again. This is a very bad bowl. But there's only two holes you could possibly have. The left hole is your CTR, which means how many people are actually clicking on your book after looking at it. Now, Amazon says that the average CTR is 0.5%. We don't want to be average here. We want to be way above average because we want to make super high quality books. Now, my book cover, when I first published my book, it was 0.2%. Now, how did I figure out my click-through rate? I just ran ads. With KDP, that's basically the only way you can figure out your click-through rate. You run ads to your hyper-relevant keywords, which means the keywords that are basically impossible for you not to make a sale. It's exactly what your book is. So if someone searches for dinosaur encyclopedia book for boys ages 8 to 10, and my book is literally a dinosaur encyclopedia book for boys ages 8 to 10, then my click-through rate should be high because it's exactly what they're searching for. If it's not high, you have a problem. You just have to go fix it. Now, how do you fix it? I would start with the cover. Sometimes it's reviews. It can either be the cover or reviews. Sometimes it is reviews, and that purely depends on your niche, but most of the times it's the cover. When I say most of the times, 98% of the times it's the cover. Because I launched a book, obviously it depends on the niche, but I launched a book around 20 days ago, and it has around 30 reviews. I think it's 33 or 34 today, but it's got around 30 reviews. The click-through rate for that book is 1.2%. Why? Because the book cover that I made resonated so much with the target audience that they want to click it. Now, if you're part of the community, I give some of my secrets for book covers away. If you're part of the program, I give all my secrets away. But I was able to achieve a 1.2% click-through rate. That means that so many more people, so from here to here, I 6x'd my traffic. So if 1,000 people searched and saw my book, 0.2% of 1,000 is, I have no idea, I'm gonna go do some maths. Okay, so 0.2% of 1,000 is 2. So for every 1,000 people that saw my book, I got 2 clicks. But 1.2% of 1,000 is 12. So just by adjusting my cover, making it relevant, I was able to times 6 my traffic because of my click-through rate. Now, if you wanna see more videos about click-through rate, I have so many on the channel. I can't go too deep into click-through rate right now, But this is one of the problems that you might have. If your click-through rate is not really, really high, see if you can make a better cover. See if you can adjust the cover that you already have. Now, it might not even be that your book cover is bad. It might just be that you're not standing out enough. A couple of days ago, I met up with my friends at a bar. And as soon as I walked in the bar and I saw them, I realized that we were all wearing the same thing. We were 5 people with blue trousers and a white t-shirt. Well, guess what? When we're all sitting together, we look like a boy band or something. We don't look different. We look like one group. But if 4 people wore the blue trousers and the white t-shirt, and I came in with a full red suit, guess who stands out? Me, with the bright red suit. Don't know if that was a good example, but I hope that makes sense. So now your book, let's say this is the maximum power you can have. This here is max, and this here is minimum. Your book started off with this much power because it purely qualified and you had a USP. I'm going to change colors now. Then, because you adjusted the CTR, you were able to bring more people in, so your book gained even more power in your niche because of how strong your CTR was. Well, guess what the next part is? This is one of the biggest parts, and this one is going to get you the closest possible to the max. Now, this is your conversion rate. It's super simple, and I'm going to show you how to make sure you have an amazing conversion rate. Now, Amazon says the average conversion rate is 10%. But 10% is average. We don't want to be average on this channel. I recommend to aim anything from 20% and above is a very, very good conversion rate. If you can get to 18, that's still really good, but try to aim for 18 and above. Now, some people might see this and think, well, if Amazon says the average is 10%, how am I going to double that? It's easier than you think. If you know what you're doing, it's way easier than you think. I launched the book a couple of days ago and it currently has a 20% conversion rate. That's a 30 review book that I told you before. It has a 1.2% click-through rate and it has a 20% conversion rate. This is a book I launched 20 days ago with 30 reviews. Now, with the previous book that I was doing for the seniors, it had a low click-through rate. I changed the cover. I made it a little bit more dynamic, which increased the click-through rate and brought more people in. And then I realized that I could fix my conversion rate. And how did I fix my conversion rate? Well, the first thing I did is I made my A+ content match the cover, which created consistency. I also used some modules to show off the interior of the book because I was so proud of it, because that was my USP. So I showed my USP in the A+ content. Remember, I didn't talk about the USP, I showed my USP. And then I simply kept pushing for reviews. If you keep pushing for reviews and your A+ content is set up in a way that presents your product in a way that the other person says, this is so valuable, I have to buy it. Everyone else looks terrible compared to this guy. Then it's very, very easy for you to get a 20% conversion rate. Now, there's also this little tiny part up here where this is running ads, but ads is for a different video. I'm going to discuss ads in another video. It's such a big topic to discuss. And I know a bunch of you have a lot of questions about ads. If you have any specific questions about ads, just leave it in the comments down below. I answer everything. Or I might even make a Q&A. But that's how you actually turn a $100 book into a $1,000 per month book. If you already published a high quality book in a good niche, then the hardest step is gone. The other step is just to find the leak. Maybe your CTR is really, really good. Maybe your book cover is already good. It's just your conversion rate is too low for you to reach $1,000 a month. Maybe your conversion rate is super, super high and it's really good, but your click-through rate is too low to get enough people to reach $1,000 a month. Now, once you know the entire process, it's so easy to publish profitable books. If you focus on these numbers, it will be very, very easy for you to achieve low ABSRs. With every single person I've worked with, we've achieved under 10,000 ABSR with every single book. I launched the book 20 days ago, under 10,000 ABSR. Why? Because I focused on the click-through rate, which was 1.2%. Way above average, and I focus on the conversion rate, double the average. Well, if I have double the average click-through rate and double the average conversion rate, shouldn't that give me double the growth speed of all the other books on Amazon? It'll probably give me more than double the growth speed, but all I'm saying is that it works. Now, I share everything I learned. I literally share the book that I made and the ads and everything like that. I share it in the community. If you're part of the community, you've already seen it probably. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask in the community. I answer everything in detail, and you have hundreds of people answering your questions in detail. You can DM me. I want a bunch of videos for you to watch as well. Every week, I give exclusive videos in the community. They're not found on YouTube, and they're much, much deeper than these. I actually give practical examples for everything. And you get a free booklet that can help you double your sales in the next 30 days or less. But if you want to miss out on that opportunity, then that's okay, because I still have the YouTube videos. Feel free to go watch all the videos. I'm going to show something on the whiteboard right now. If you click on this video, this is one of the most valuable videos on the channel. Go watch it right now if you haven't seen it already. But anyway, go out there and make a bunch of money.